Well, welcome back to the Academy. I'm Hunter Commander Dante Sparta, and our next subject in class here at the Academy is Demonology Studies and Devil Hunting 101. This is where we get the very meat and potatoes of what we do. And let's face facts here. Since CERN fired up the particle accelerator in 2012, more and more demon kind has been coming to those gates, those portals they opened. That makes our particular area of expertise very highly valued. Mind you, there's no exact payroll that you get paid to do this. This is stuff that we have to do for our own survival. So I'm going to teach you the fundamentals of how to report East Devil directly to hell, how to combat East Devil entity, and it would be corporeal or in physical form. You'll become the most elite freedom fighters and hunters, devil hunters, that this world has ever seen. So if you pay attention, you'll learn some skills. We're going to go into our first devil we're going to learn combat. And that is, of course, our all-time favorite, the Draconians. We're looking at the various strengths and weaknesses of each devil and each class. This class section will consist of 20 different classes, starting with Draconians. We'll move on to other subjects later. Let's begin.
Demonology Studies and Devil Hunting 101 Class Number 01. Draconian Strengths and Weaknesses. Main Strengths. Physical Attributes. Enhanced Senses. Draconians possess exceptionally keen eyesight, able to see clearly in both daylight and darkness, with some sources suggesting infrared vision capabilities. Natural Armor. Their scaled height provides significant protection against physical attacks, equivalent to medium armor in many fantasy settings. Claws and Bite. Armed with formidable natural weapons, capable of rending flesh and bone with minimal effort. Flight Capability. Winged variants possess the ability to fly, granting superior mobility and tactical advantages. Mental Capabilities. Superior intelligence, possessing intellects that often exceed human capabilities, particularly in strategic thinking and complex problem solving. Magical Aptitude. Many Draconians demonstrate innate magical abilities, particularly in skills related to the draconic ancestry, fire, ice, acid, etc. Longevity. Extended lifespans allowing for accumulation of vast knowledge and experience over centuries. Psionic Powers. Certain variants display telepathic abilities and other psionic powers. Social Advantages. Hierarchical organization. Draconian societies typically feature efficient command structures that maximize collective strength. Racial Loyalty. Exceptional loyalty to their own kind, creating formidable united fronts against external threats. Adaptability. Capable of thriving in diverse environments, from volcanic regions to Arctic wastelands. Intimidation Factor. Their fearsome appearance naturally discourages potential adversaries. Unique Abilities. Breath Weapons. Most Draconians possess some form of breath weapon, fire, cold, acid, lightning, based on their lineage. Resistance to Elements. Natural resistance to elements associated with the draconic ancestry. Shape-changing. Some variants possess the ability to assume alternate forms, often appearing as other humanoids. These strengths make Draconians formidable adversaries or powerful allies in fantasy settings, combining physical prowess with intellectual superiority and unique magical capabilities. Main weaknesses. There are several weaknesses of Draconians. Cold-blooded vulnerability. Draconians are slowed by cold-based attacks unless they have cold resistance. This physiological trait makes them susceptible to cold environments and attacks that exploit this weakness. Equipment limitations. Draconians cannot wear helmets or any form of body armor due to their wings and oddly shaped heads. While their natural scales provide some protection, this prevents them from using potentially superior armor that other races might utilize. Near extinction, Draconians suffered an apocalyptic event on their home planet Squamata, leaving only a handful of them alive. This suggests vulnerability as a race to catastrophic events, making their population critically low. Behavioral weaknesses. Many Draconians have aggressive personalities and fiery tempers, which could lead to poor decision-making in battle situations. Some can also be treacherous and deceitful, potentially leading to internal conflicts. These weaknesses are balanced by their strengths, which include natural scale armor, breath weapons, and above-average health points. However, the cold vulnerability and equipment limitations appear to be their most significant physical weaknesses. Based on various mythologies, science fiction, and conspiracy lore, the main weaknesses attributed to Draconians, also called reptilians or Dracs, typically fall into several categories. Physical vulnerabilities. Temperature sensitivity, often depicted as being vulnerable to extreme cold, as their reptilian physiology requires warmth to function optimally. Sensory weaknesses. Some accounts suggest they have poor vision in certain light conditions or heightened sensitivity to specific sound frequencies. Biological needs. As cold-blooded beings in some interpretations, they may require external heat sources or become sluggish in cold environments. Technological limitations. Over-reliance on technology. Many portrayals show them dependent on advanced technology that could be exploited or disabled. Specialized weaponry. Their weapons and defenses might be specifically designed for their physiology and ineffective against other life forms. Energy dependencies. Their systems may require specific energy sources that could be disrupted. Psychological, behavioral traits. Arrogance. Frequently depicted as viewing other species as inferior, leading to underestimation of opponents. Rigidity. Their hierarchical, caste-based society might make them inflexible in unexpected situations. Territoriality. Strong territorial instincts could be exploited to draw them into unfavorable engagements. Metaphysical, esoteric weaknesses. Vulnerability to certain frequencies. Some New Age accounts claim they're susceptible to specific vibrational frequencies or love energies. Connection to negative emotions, often described as feeding on negative emotions, suggesting positive emotional states might weaken them. Susceptibility to certain symbols. Some lore suggests they're vulnerable to specific symbols or rituals.
So, what have we learned so far? Well, we know that they're susceptible to cold. So we drop a couple ice grenades on them. Slows them down. They're susceptible to different sound vibrations. There's many different ways you can attack a Draconian. Learn what their strengths and weaknesses. Each in particular devil will be studying there. Each in particular devil has their own strengths and weaknesses. Knowing your strengths and knowing the weaknesses is your best approach to trying to combat them. That'll be all for now. And then we'll start in Demonology Studies, Devil Hunting 101, Class 2, right after this. Study hard, training harder, freedom forever, strength and honor. We'll be back with more. And pay attention. You'll learn much. I'm not too sure.